All right. I'm here with Eddie Goodwin from Enterprise Ireland. Eddie, thank you for taking the time to talk to Med City News. Now, what is it that you do with Enterprise Ireland?
I'm the VP for Life Sciences here based in the US. Enterprise Ireland's role is an Irish government agency. We fund, invest and support and grow Irish indigenous industry. So basically everything from investing in venture capital style into Irish companies, right up to management training and into linking companies to potential partners here in the US. So my role is at the end of that, which is basically the internationalization of Irish companies through linking them with potential sales opportunities over here, advising on market strategy and channel to market, and how to win potential business here, but also more in actually nowadays to actually helping companies set up a US presence, all with the goal to increasing business of life science companies into the key market for them and into our key trading partner into the US and growing Irish exports.
So, can you tell me what some of the needs of the Irish medical device industry might be?
On the international side or in general?
What you would be looking for in the United States, how the United States might be able to meet some of the needs or goals of Irish companies.
Okay. Well, the main things that Irish companies are looking for over here are sales opportunities, and that's linking in with OEM partners, linking in with distributors, to generally just selling the goods and services over here. But more and more, we're seeing a trend of companies actually needing support in relation to setting up permanent presences over here. That ranges from traditionally from kind of sales and marketing offices, where they would hire local US people with knowledge in specific subsectors, but we're seeing more and more trend towards manufacturing, purchasing US companies, setting up individual R&D activities and operations over here, and as I say, acquiring companies over here, which is something actually quite new for us, but we're seeing that's a growing trend.
The R&D?
Companies actually, Irish companies acquiring US companies.
Okay.
We've had a couple of instances of that over the last couple of years. Craig Anna, one of our key Irish companies that have the minimally invasive products, recently acquired a larger US company, Tactics, and they got to make a larger overall global presence.
All right. Are there particular things that you see in the Research Triangle area?
Absolutely.
Or?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, traditionally Irish companies would have set up their US base in places like Boston and New York and later stage into California, mainly because particularly Boston and Massachusetts and California are large medical device hubs. But now we're seeing more, what we're trying to do is encourage the companies, our own companies, to look further afield, to look at areas that can actually suit their strategic needs better, particularly the Research Triangle Park, which is so impressive in relation to companies and life science companies that it has here. But not only that, but what type of activities. A lot more focus on research and development, where you would have Minnesota that would be more manufacturing focus, and California and Massachusetts that would be a mix. Here it's a very, very strong focus on research and development. So companies that are in that area and that are looking to actually set up research and development activities, we would encourage them very much to have a look at this. And this is all part of this trade mission here, is to, now we have very strong connections with the biotech centre here, with the Research Triangle Park organisation, with the trade associations such as iAbility. So we would now have those structures in place to help our companies and advise them and put them in the right direction in relation to setting up operations here. Not to say that all Irish companies that set up in the US and on the life science front are going to come here, but I would see that more of them would be, particularly after this trade mission. I mean, to put it into context, a lot of people are familiar with the large US investment in Ireland, particularly in relation to life sciences. Ireland now exports 44 billion a year on pharmaceutical products. It's the largest net exporter of pharmaceutical products now worldwide. And a lot of that has come because of the US investment, which we're delighted to have in Ireland. There are 90,000 people employed by US firms in Ireland, but interestingly, on the flip side, you have over 85,000 people that are employed, US people employed in Irish firms over here in all 50 states. So there's quite a strong footprint, and it is quite a two-way street.
Now, do you help arrange partnerships between US companies and Irish companies?
Absolutely, yeah. What we would do is, an Irish company comes to us looking for help in relation to the US market and advice, we would start off by looking at their their capabilities, what their selling point would be over here, and whether they would have a unique selling point in the US, and what their best channel to market would be. After that, what we would do would be looking to actually introduce them to key partners over here. Oftentimes we would go in with under the government, Irish government stamp, and go in at a senior level and let that trickle down to try and introduce them to the right partners over here.
So if there's a U.S. company looking to partner with an Irish company, what would be the best thing for them to do?
Well, they could contact us. We have all the information on 150 Indigenous life science companies. We can filter through those companies, save them the work of actually having to go and look at all those companies. We can just pick out sort of immediately the few companies that will be in their space. We can make the introductions, emails, telephone calls, conference calls, etc. But at a later stage, what we also do is facilitate, under the right circumstances, to actually pay for and to organise trips for Ireland for decision makers from US companies to come over and have a look at the Irish life science sector, and see for themselves whether it makes sense to make further business with these companies. And that's a service we provide. In fact, we have an upcoming trade show which we have once every 2 years called Med in Ireland. It's a showcase of the best of the Irish industry. We have 80 companies, tabletop exhibition and one-to-one speed dating meetings. We're bringing over a number of US guests, anywhere between 30 to 40 US guests, but overall internationally about 250 cherry-picked decision makers from companies to come over and have a look at the Irish life science sector and see for themselves what potential there is there for them.
Okay. Eddie, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.